5 arcade games that were a big part of my life. Let's get into it. With the number 5, I'm going to go with Time Crisis. It's a game that I have played shooters before in the past, but when this game first came out, I saw nothing like it. It was a 3D shooter. It was fast-paced. It didn't look like Lethal Enforcers or anything like that. It was straight up just crazy. And I knew when I first played it at Aladdin's Castle, I knew I had to get the game. So when Christmas came, my mom bought it for me on console, and that game was definitely a big part of my life. With the number 4, I'm going to go with X-Men. Now, I grew up playing the X-Men arcade game on both the 6-player and the 4-player cabinet. But most of all, Chuck E. Cheese that we had in Lynn Haven had the 6-player cabinet. And I tell you, man, it was nothing like it. It didn't have a home release or nothing like that until way later in the Xbox 360. And we used to guzzle like quarters. Like I used to beg my mom for quarters for this game. It was a time, man. It was fun, man. In the early 90s, it was awesome. Yeah, next one I'm going to go with Tekken, the original Tekken. Now, I had played Virtua Fighter before, and I thought that was amazing because it was 3D. But Tekken was a whole different beast. And at that time, I was like, yo, this is like the greatest game I've ever seen in my life. And I remember I used to beg my mom to take me to Flippers every Saturday to play Tekken, man. Or she would drop me off, which was kind of gnarly at that time. But it was mad fun. And, man, when that game came out on console, it was the first game I got for PS1. And it was the original PS1 case. Oh, man, it was a time. Now, with this one right here, number 2, I'm going to go with Street Fighter. Now, I didn't really start playing this game competitively until I got older. But when I was a kid, I remember I used to see grown folks guarding the cabinet, just playing this game, going insane. And you just hear like Sonic Boom and Hadouken just going all over the place. Now, when I became an adult, I learned to play it, and I started going to tournaments and started playing on cabinets there. But that game was a big part of my life up until now. I still play Street Fighter to this day. I made a lot of friends playing Street Fighter. I still communicate with a lot of friends I met through Street Fighter. So I'm going to put that for number 2 for that specific reason. Next game I'm going to say is going to be Ninja Turtles. Same reason for X-Men. I played that game also at the Chuck E. Cheese. And we used to rotate different beat-em-ups between Turtles, Simpsons, and X-Men. And it was always a good time, just begging for quarters, playing with random kids. It was a fun time, man. It was the 90s arcades were amazing. Great times. And with the number 1, it's going to go straight to DDR or In the Groove, ITG. That was definitely the game that started my whole like gaming social life. That was a game where I started playing at arcades. That's the game where I learned that there was a competitive community. That's the game where I learned about getting better, like skill-wise. That was also the game where, I still have friends to this day who I contact with and I'm still close with. And I met people from, all around the city, from the 757. I met people outside of the 757, from Richmond. I met people New York, Philly, California, all over the world. I mean, there's people who I know who travel to like Indonesia, Korea, the UK to play DDR competitively. And that was a game that definitely changed my life from introducing me to the social part of gaming. Because you gotta remember, when I first started playing these games, this is before Twitch and this is before YouTube was popping. So you really had to go into forums and connect with people. And that was probably the game that really changed my life as far as a gaming standpoint. I'm still friends with a lot of these people to this day. So yeah, man. So tell me what your top games are or that affected your life. It could be arcade games, it can be console games, whatever you need. But put whatever games that that changed your life.